In this video, we'll look at different ways to create a NumPy array. As we saw earlier, you can make an array by typing np.array, open parens, and then passing in a list of values like A, B, C. Okay. You can also make a two-dimensional array from a list of lists, and I'll copy and paste some pre-written code. So just like this, we have a list of 3 nested sublists, and we get a 3x2 array. And similarly, you could make an array, a 3-dimensional array from a list of lists, just like this. Now, let's say you want to make a 3x5 array filled with zeros. This will be a good time to check out the NumPy documentation. So I'm going to go to Google and search for NumPy array of zeros. And it turns out there's this function called zeros that does exactly what we want. Return a new array of given shape and type filled with zeros. And looking at the function signature, the only argument that doesn't have a default that we'll need to pass in is the shape, which can either be an int or a tuple of ints. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and type np.zeros shape equals 3. And in this case, I get back a one-dimensional array of 3 zeros. Similarly, I could do np.zeros shape equals 3x5. And in this case, I get back a 3x5 array filled with zeros. Now, what about the generic case? So say instead of zeros, you want to fill a 3x5 array with the word cat. So again, let's hop over to Google and we'll search for NumPy array filled with value. And it turns out there's a function for that as well called full. So this returns a new array of given shape and type filled with fill value. So pretty much the same thing, except we need to pass in a fill value. So here I'll do np.full. We'll say shape equals tuple 3, 5, and we'll set the fill value as the string cat. Okay, and then we get a 3x5 array of cat. So another very common array to build is a sequence array, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the function for this is np.arange, where you pass in start, stop, and step values. So for example, here I'll do np.arange, and we'll set start equal to 1, stop equal to 5, and step equal to 1. Okay, and then we get back the array 1, 2, 3, 4. Now notice that start here is inclusive and stop is exclusive. Alternatively, if you just type np.arange and then pass in some integer like 10, you'll get back the sequence array that has 10 integers and starts at 0. Okay. Now, by the way, the name arange stands for array range because it's like the array version of the Python range function. Now, another useful function is np.random.randint, which lets you build an array of random integers selected with replacement. So here I'll make a 2x3 array of random ints between 1 inclusive and 7 exclusive. We'll do np.random.randint low equals 1, high equals 7 exclusive. So the random numbers are going to go between 1 and 6. And then we'll set the size as 2x3. Okay, and you can kind of interpret this as like 2 iterations of rolling 3 dice. Now, obviously, there's a bunch of other methods to build arrays, and we'll see a lot of them later in the course. But hopefully this was enough to get your feet wet and introduce you to the NumPy documentation.